Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to talk about how we can block and stop opening and using Quick Assist tool on the devices. Those devices which are managed by Intune, and we wanted to make sure people should not be using it because of security concern, because of the organization has different tool altogether when we wanted to take a remote session of the devices and help end users, right? And that is why Quick Assist tool is something which is readily available in the machines and in the devices, but many organizations don't like to keep it and use it. Instead, they wanted to block it or simply remove it from the systems, right? And they are using any other tool like Remote Help, which is also Microsoft licensed based service. And once we have that license service, then we can leverage that and can be used for remote sessions tools, right? Or remote session activities in short, right? So now why this or why we wanted to block? Because companies wanted to make sure their users are not sharing their screens with unknown people, or maybe anyone who is trying to just help, and people might just try to open Quick Assist and enter the code and log in and maybe provide the screen sharing, right? So that is something which is risky at one point, and people or the organizations are not willing to do that. And that is why we should go ahead and block it instead of keeping it open across, right? So now there are things which we need to take care of before blocking it, right? And so let's say if we are using remote help and we have Quick Assist, which is a pre-built applications within Windows, right? If we are going to use a remote help as alternate to Quick Assist, and then we need to make sure Quick Assist is completely blocked, but remote help should be working, because remote help has its own endpoints which are interacting between devices and the Microsoft Cloud service, right? So those are the endpoints which needs to work, and that should be tested, and that should be going through the thorough testing, right? And then we can see whether it has any interrelation between Quick Assist as well as the remote help connections, right? And if it is does not have anything, then we should be good, right? So I'm going to show you by creating firewall policy, and this policy is going to be something which is going to allow us to block this Quick Assist endpoint, where we wanted to block the Quick Assist tool on the devices, so that if even if user is trying to open from corporate network or from any public network, then we should be able to block it. Instead, we don't want that to be able to open at all, right? So this way we can go ahead and block it. So let me share my screen, and simply we should be able to go ahead and do that one. So I'll simply share screen here. All right. So I'm here. I'm here on Intune portal, right? And on the Intune portal, we need to go to endpoint security, and then once it is opened, we have firewall section here. So under the firewalls, we have options to create policy, right? So before that, we can create a group of policies or group of settings that we wanted to reuse, right? Which is a reusable setting. So I have created one of the reusable setting before, which has the URL of the Quick Assist tool, or the URL of Quick Assist endpoint, right? So I'll show you that here. So this is the endpoint, and this is configured setting, right? So this is the URL where it is going to point out, and auto resolvable is going to be true or false. So from here we can decide whether we wanted to true it or false it, right? And once we have added it here, we can leverage the same settings while creating the policy, right? So we have that one. And also I had created similar policy before, but I'm going to create similar policy from scratch and show you again throughout this video, right? So let's go back, and this is the policy that I have created, and I will simply show you what was that policy all about. So I have blocked port number 443, and this is the outbound traffic. Why outbound traffic? Because we are we as an end user, or let's say I'm opening Quick Assist on my device and I'm trying to connect to that respective code, right? The person who is sitting at other side is trying to help me on the Quick Assist, and once I enter the code, then it is going to try to connect to that respective endpoint, right? So this way it is going to simply check whether this endpoint is allowed. And if I have blocked this endpoint, that means it is not going to reach to that endpoint, and it is going to simply be blocking it, right? And the action is set to block, so we are not going to allow it, right? So that's a straightforward. And here is the reusable setting. So reusable setting contains the quick assist endpoint that I showed you, right? So that is the endpoint, and then we are allowing this firewall rule, right? So that is set to enabled, and then interface types as well as network types. So these are the different network types or profiles that we have created or added. So I'm going to show you those over here. So let's say go ahead and create new policy for Windows, and I wanted to create firewall rules and create. So let's give it a name once it is open. I'll give something different name this time. Next. So here's the real setting where we need to go ahead and add those settings and then enable it. So right, let's give it a name. I wanted to block it, so I'll simply set it to block, and from here we can add the reusable group settings, right? So this is that reusable setting, and once it is added, we can add that one as a configured setting. To add more onto these settings, here we have edit instance button or edit instance setting, and we can enable this, and then we have a different interface types where we need to make sure this is blocked. So basically we can block all types of interfaces, be it LAN, remote access, or wireless, or mobile broadband, or any network in short. And then that should be fine to block it directly. Then it does not need any other thing. Here we can add the port numbers, which is 443, right? So that port is being used for this service to communicate, and then it is going to be simply hit once user tries to open and enter the code, and it tries to access that endpoint or that server from the client side, right? So it is going to reach out over this port. Then we have different network types or network profiles. So now which profile we wanted to block, be it domain level, be it private or public level, or all types of firewalls profiles, as well as the current one. So we can target all those or any one which we wanted to target. And if we are wanted to target anyone specifically, then either we can change the port number or put the specific range over here. So local port range between 100 and it's 7516, right? So between this range, we can add that local range as well, right? So I'm not going to add any range. Instead, I'm going to just put or select all the firewall types, network types, and then we should be good here. Also, we can add the address range if we have that anything. As I said, we can add that specific range, and here's the real magic where we wanted to select the direction. Either it is inbound traffic or outbound traffic. So this is going to be outbound traffic because from my device as an end user, I'm trying to open it and hit or enter the code and trying to hit submit button to reach out to that respective endpoint back, right? So this is going to be the outbound traffic to be selected here, and then we should be good here to uh, save these configurations and add it. So this way we can directly simply configure. This is pretty straightforward and easy configurations, definitely. as you can see that once we go here and we have lot many different configuration options based on the needs and requirements, how we wanted to configure it. And it is going to be configured as per requirement, basically, what exactly we are looking from this specific configurations, right? And then we can change it ahead. So let's go ahead and save it. So we have this policy configured now. So on the next stage, scoping tags as usual. And then next is going to be assignments. So I believe I have one of the group, so I can simply select that group here. And I can select target type, whether it include or exclude or whatever it is, and add assignment filters if any, or if any filter I wanted to add on the that I have created. So these are the filters that those were created before. That is why you can see, and it is showing up over here, right? So I'm going to target this whole group. So currently you see there are no devices and no users, but definitely you can go ahead and add appropriate groups, and it is going to be assigning this policy to those groups. Click next. So at the last stage here, we can see all the settings and everything together, right? So whatever was configured, right? And basic details, including scope tags and assignments, right? So once we are good here, we should be good and click create. So or save this policy. So it is going to simply create a policy and save the configurations of this policy, right? So you can see that this has created the policy. And once we create a policy and come back here, and we can see the whole configuration of this policy, right? So starting from direction and then action, then the configuration settings enabled and the name and everything. You can see that remote port range is also showing up here, right? And all the network profiles, because I did select all those profiles, and that is why it is showing up all those over here. But definitely, as per our needs and requirements, how we wanted to target and which profile is going to be selected and pushed back or pushed through, right? So this way, definitely we can go ahead and create policy and deploy it across the group or across the fleet, across the devices, wherever we are targeting it, right? And yeah, so this is how we can go ahead and do that. So yeah, this is how the policy can be created for blocking quick assist tool on the managed devices. And yeah, so let me know what are your experiences, what are the scenarios you have deployed this policy, or any similar policy that you deployed in order to block quick assist and you don't want to let people use quick assist on your organization or environment, right? So yeah, this is how we can do it. And let me know what are your experiences, if there are any situations, anything that you wanted to share with, right? And yep, thanks for watching. Do also share this video with your friends and colleagues and others who need to see and watch. And also watch other videos around Microsoft 365, Azure, FinOps, and Microsoft Enter ID. And yep, thanks for watching. Bye for now.